Prince Andrew's alleged links with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein are set to come under further scrutiny. That's because the release of hundreds of files from a defamation case might be coming. Yes, the Duke of York is expected to be among those named next month after a US judge ordered the identities of more than 170 of Epstein's associates to be made public. So, GBNews royal correspondent Cameron Walker joins us now to tell us more. Please tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, this could be another big headache for Prince Andrew, to be honest. This all dates back to a court case in 2015 between Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell. Virginia Giuffre is the woman who sued Prince Andrew for an alleged sexual assault on her when she was 17 years old. Now, Prince Andrew has always denied those allegations, but he did settle out of court with Virginia for an undisclosed sum, but it's thought to be in the millions of pounds. Ghislaine Maxwell, a well-known associate of Jeffrey Epstein. She is serving a 20-year prison sentence in the United States for child sex trafficking and other offences. Now, within that court case in 2015, there were a number of allegations said against 170 people. Those documents were sealed up until yesterday, where a judge ruled those documents can now be released into the public domain. Now, 40 of those documents is evidence from a lady called Joanna Schoberg, and she had previously claimed that Prince Andrew actually groped her in 2001 in Jeffrey Epstein's apartment. Buckingham Palace had previously said that those allegations categorically untrue, but the question is, if she's already said that allegation, what else is there going to be coming out about Prince Andrew? Buckingham Palace no longer look after Prince Andrew's communications. I have contacted his office and they have not responded.
No answer yet?
No.
No response. I imagine it would be a no comment.
Cameron, is this, bearing in mind what's going on with Harry and the trials and tribulations with his father, is this another headache for King Charles, having his brother put through all this again?
Yeah, I think it certainly is. Of course, Prince Andrew was stripped of all his honorary titles by the late Queen a couple of years ago, but unfortunately the family relationship is still there for Prince Andrew and King Charles. Of course, they are brothers. It's been reported that Charles desperately wants Prince Andrew to move out of Royal Lodge with Fergie, Duchess of York, Sarah Duchess of York. They are just reports. We haven't had confirmation on that, but it looks like Prince Andrew is staying put for the time being, in contrast to Harry and Meghan, who were kicked out of Frogmore Cottage very shortly after Spare was released back in January of this year. So it's creating noise, which is perhaps distracting from what the royal family is doing, which is all their work of their various patronages.
It's a massive house, isn't it, where he lives? He's rattling round in there. It's not a house, it's almost a mansion, isn't it, in the centre of Windsor Park. In terms of Andrew, do we expect him to say anything? I know he paid, courtesy of his late mum, around £12 million in that private settlement case. Is he going to feel, do you suspect, that that's money down the drain? He's just being dragged into this again via different means?
I mean, he is being dragged into this again. Whether or not he's going to say anything publicly, I highly doubt. If you remember back to the Emily Maitlis Newsnight interview, I think that can best be described as a bit of a car crash. He was forced to step back as a working member of the royal family following that interview, so I think he'd be ill-advised to do another interview. As for some kind of statement, we'll have to wait and see what allegations are out there as to just how serious they are, as to whether it warrants a response. But the royal family have a motto: never complain, never explain.
And this is coming on January the 1st.
Yes, so those 170 people who are named in these documents have 14 days to appeal, which takes us into early January if they fail on that appeal, and those names will be released.
Without naming names, because we might get into a bit of a legal minefield, is there excitement to see who else might be on that list?
Well, we are expecting known associates and names of close associates of Jeffrey Epstein and family members. There have been names going around. I won't go into detail yet. We'll have to wait and see exactly who is named in those documents, but 170 people are
exciting. Something to look forward to.
Quite a few worried people out there, but Meghan Markle doesn't look too worried. She's been starring, or perhaps taking a supporting role, in an advert for a coffee company. Should we have a look?
I want to give a huge shout out to our amazing, clever team here at HQ. Without them, we are nothing. Our fulfillment crew, lovingly packing your lattes. They've been listening to Britney on loop since 2019. Our very smart, only slightly nerdy digital team, making sure the website doesn't crash again like it did last year. Finally, the glue that literally holds us all together. Our incredible, resilient fulfillment team that have helped make 2023 such a big success.
I mean, I guess it's sweet.
Great advert for coffee. Yeah, Clever Blends is the brand. Meghan is actually an investor in this coffee company, and she's done a previous advert with the CEO Hannah Mendoza, who you just saw in that clip there. But she's in the background a bit, isn't she? It's very much her brushing up on her acting skills. Clearly, no longer a working member of the royal family, she is allowed to do all these commercial deals. But it's not been a great year for Harry and Meghan, really, is it? And this is, you know, perhaps another example as to the kind of commercial avenues they are going to have to go down. Prince Harry is still working on documentaries. He's done his Invictus documentary with Netflix this year, all around veterans. But Meghan keeps hinting at this idea that she has got this big project coming up in the pipeline. We're yet to see it.
She does. Will it materialise? Because this is what I was thinking. I was thinking it was rather bizarre for her to take part in this when she's so controlling over the content she puts out, and then to just appear as a sidekick character, this cameo almost, to sort of, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this may well just be a favour for a friend, but of course she does have a financial interest in this company because she's invested in it, as we understand it, according to reports. She has hinted on the red carpet, as I said, but she's got a big project coming up. There's rumours that all is not well with her deal with the prestigious Hollywood agency WME. A couple of weeks ago, they were dubbed biggest losers in Hollywood.
Is that the same firm that has Serena Williams on their books?
Yeah, yeah.
That was massive when it was announced she was signed to that. So she's mooted to be dropped from them, is she?
That is a rumour. We don't have any confirmation either way, but we haven't seen anything yet of what Meghan is doing with that agency. Perhaps they're working behind the scenes on her brand and they're going to announce something in the new year. We'll have to wait and see.
Surely that's more likely than dropping her. I mean, love her or loathe her, Meghan Markle is known by every single person on the planet, it seems.
Yeah, I don't have much opinion other than she does promise all these massive projects, Spotify and so on, and nothing seems to be delivered. But
well, thank you very much for your time again. Cameron Walker, our royal correspondent.